Alright, the video's going. Now, I'm not streaming to YouTube, I'm just recording and then I'll upload it later. I'll let you guys know when it's up. What's going on, Quinn? I guess I'll wait for Quinn to come back in, then I'll get started.
You've got quite the audience.
Yeah, it's more people than I normally have. It's interesting.
They want to see the magic of the bugs.
Right? We need 30 watt shards for half of us to get 6 or 5 star.
Say I need 40.
Oh, I think we need 31 for 3/4 of the guild, I think.
Yeah. TJ, you still haven't unlocked? I thought you would have had it unlocked by now.
No, he joined us after we had started already farming it.
Well, you'll definitely unlock today, I think. And by today, I mean tomorrow.
I'm just impressed we're pushing another star.
What, 27?
Yeah, and we might even push 28 next time.
That's pretty good. This TB gets me my negotiator. I don't think Quinn is going to join, so I'm just going to start.
How many people are there already?
How many people went, you mean?
No, I think we can start if enough people are there.
Yeah, and I'm going to put this on YouTube later, so it's not that big of a deal. Hopefully. I know some people streamed earlier before this, so I don't know that we're going to get too big of a turnout.
Okay, I didn't stream, but I finished my battle yesterday only.
Okay. All right, so couple things. Knowing order is a good thing. Let's go into that. So, obviously, just to kind of go over information that we already know, but for the sake of fully documenting this in a video format, I like to put my bugs in a specific order because when they all mass assist, the different effects that are applied first depend on the order. We can't do anything about GBA, so he's always in the first slot. And then the very next effect that I want is Sunfac. And Sunfac will dispel all buffs on them. So if they had like a tenacity up or something, Sunfac will knock that down. So I prefer him to be the next to go. Following that, Soldier is going to apply a tenacity down. Now, there's some in the guild that say you don't need high potency on Poggle because tenacity down from Soldier is going to make Poggles land regardless. I don't know that I'm 100% on board. I'd rather play it safe, is what I mean to say. So tenacity down is the third effect to be applied. The fourth effect is spy. He doesn't really do anything special, but the big thing is that Poggle goes last, and that is that all the effects are applied before he tries to take his 80% chance to inflict ability block. And the biggest thing for the success of the Wat mission, especially if you have low-level bugs, is that Poggle has to be landing those ability blocks. If he's not, then you're going to lose. So going into mods, I kind of just did it my way. I haven't went over any specific guide. I think I used the mod optimizer a long time ago, and that helped a little. So I can go over what I have my stuff modded for. It's probably not the best way, but it has worked for me even since my bugs were pre-relicked. Because I think there was once or twice I was able to beat the Wat mission without relic bugs. So most importantly, Poggle. Poggle should have potency and a decent amount of speed. So 246 is a pretty decent amount. Potency I would recommend, or I used to recommend like 110-ish. 110-ish you're good. Probably 100. Anything over 100 is probably okay. I actually started to swap out a little bit of potency for speed, especially as I relicked him up, because I believe... No, never mind. Oh, G13 gives him potency. So once you G13 your Poggle, you will have such a strenuous time getting him up to the appropriate potency level. So I'm rocking 130. 110 is completely fine. Spy is gonna hit hard. He's gonna be your guy taking out all of the big shots.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you think going over 110% potency does any good whatsoever?
So potency is a direct reflection of the tenacity of your opponent, especially when it comes to this matchup. In Phase 4, the opponents have very much so increased tenacity, which means that you need even more potency to overcome their tenacity to actually land these debuffs. Of course, there are some tricks that'll help, like using that barrage ability that's provided by the territory battle. That'll help a little bit. But in general, probably not, because I don't think, other than a nest, anybody's really stacking potency. So my spy is basically just high damage, I have crit chance and speed. If I can get offense on him, that would be great. My mods suck generally, so I don't have the best mods on him, but offense is good. You want that. I have crit damage triangle, that helps too. Just the tenacity here on my spy is a complete fluke. It's just what I had. I ideally like more offense if possible, but he needs to go quite often too, so having him at a pretty high speed is also pretty necessary. I have mine at 275. He's my second fastest character on my lineup. Soldier is going to speed your bug team up. He's going to speed your bug team up because is it his? Yeah. So he's going to speed himself up. I'm sorry. He's going to gain 25% turn meter whenever he scores a critical hit, and whenever anybody goes, he's going to assist. So potentially every time anybody takes a turn or does a skill, he's going to potentially score a critical hit, gain 25% turn meter. He also does actually quite a bit of damage. So if you relicked him instead of Spy first, that's actually pretty acceptable too because he has a pretty high output. You obviously want his crit chance to be high, so he's critting more often to gain more turn meter to attack more. And crit damage on the triangle, obviously, if he's critting. My crit chance I have is almost 100%, 97. And I didn't go full 100% because mine's only Relic 3. Once I get him closer to Relic 7, I think he's going to get 100% or over, no problem. Sunfac on this team doesn't really do a whole lot. I mean, as a tank, compared him versus Brute, because those are the two taunters on this team, he actually takes hits much better than Brute does. Even though my Brute is Relic 7 and he's Relic 3, the same hit that would hit Brute for, let's just say 100 damage, is going to probably hit Sunfac for maybe 60 damage. He just takes hits way better. But moreover, since all these bugs share the health and protection pool, loading up protection and health on him is going to be good for kind of spreading the love around for all the bugs. So definitely use him to bolster that pool. And the biggest reason why he's an asset to the team is his basic, since his basic actually dispels buffs, but you don't really need any special modding on him for him to do that. So you can really mod him with whatever's left over and it would be completely fine. I like to make him tanky, give him high health or high protection. Yeah, protection cross, health triangle. I kept the speed arrow. And then lastly, GBA. So GBA, essentially I want him to go fast. He's my fastest character. And if he's not going fast, I want him to contribute to the health pool, because any stats that are on him goes to Brute, which is going to be the always taunting tank. So Brute needs to be tanky too. So I put anything that would assist with that: defense, health, protection. And as much speed as possible. I want him going more often because he has the biggest ability to heal and cleanse. Poggle can cleanse too. My GBA cleanses better because it also heals. And his speed applies to the Brute too. And if the Brute goes more often, then he taunts more often. So highest speed, GBA.
Hey Mike, a quick question.
Sure.
Who should I put my best set of crit damage and speed and all that on if I have to choose between Spy and Soldier?
I would say Spy.
Spy? Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, I don't know.
Also,
I think it could go either way.
I'm stealing all my arena mods to put on my Geonosians for this battle just to be sure. So I was going to put my Jedi Knight Anakin mods on.
What's the gearing difference between the two? What levels are they at?
I've got all 5 of them at gear 12.
Okay. And you have all the Omegas?
I always beat this pretty easily, but I just want to make sure I'm being safe.
Sure.
So they're all the Omegas are done.
I would say at the lower level, which is G12, choose Spy over Soldier.
Okay.
I would say that if you are at the higher level, like Relic 5, 6, 7, I might even go Soldier over Spy. I don't know. Soldier just does so much more consistent damage at that level.
Okay. Thanks.
okay. Ghost, even I was having all my geos at G12 for a long time. So I had complete 6 mods of crit chance on Soldier, and I had CD plus crit chance on Spy. So I am really liking the idea of spy being faster. So maybe I can try putting some speed on him. But I went with CD plus crit chance on spy, and soldier I went with all 6 mods of critical chance.
Okay. Sounds good to me. I mean, honestly, it doesn't take a whole lot to clear this mission, and the two big things are Poggle is ability blocking consistently through all 4 phases, and when you get to phase 3, you take out Mace quickly and always dispel his debuff, or if you can't dispel it, make sure that it's on Brute, because Mace one-shots. We'll get to that. Okay, so we went over order. We went over modding. Is there anything else you guys need to know before we go in? That you can think of?
I'm all good, bro.
What's that?
I just said I'm all good.
Oh, cool. Okay. Let's do it then. Let's spank some clones.
Hot. Just a joke.
No, that's not what I wanted. That would be pretty bad if I disobeyed an order on live stream with the guild leader in the room.
I was in the room.
Maybe. I don't know what you do in your free time.
What do you?
Big
What do you
brother
just-
looking out?
What's that? I think he's zoned out. It's fine. Okay, so you're gonna have to forgive me on what each individual person does, and by person I mean like enemy unit. There's some that I remember are bad, and I should go after the ability to block them first. At this point, I can't remember why, because I haven't needed to worry about it for a while. So I might kind of read off some of these. The one that is truly frustrating here is the medic. I tend to like to keep the medic ability blocked first, if possible. Obviously, these guys are going to taunt some of them, like I think Sergeant taunts. Taunting isn't necessarily such a big deal since you're just going to remove it on when you attack anyway. Let's see. 2 sergeants. A medic. Commander, trooper, sharpshooter. Sharpshooter's ouchie, and I can't remember why.
AoE.
Is AoE. And armor shred. Which, okay. Anti-stealths. Alright, so I would say my order is going to, well, actually. Clone Commander gives turn meter. Inflicts ability block. So that's not necessarily a deal breaker, but it's annoying. Clone Sergeant removes turn meter and taunts, I believe. No. He's not the taunter. Who am I thinking of?
Trooper is a taunter.
Trooper's the taunter, right.
Yeah.
Clone Sergeant just removes turn meter. He has an AoE, but it's not super terrible. So I'm gonna go in on the medic, and honestly, I don't need to really do anything other than basic, just to spread around the ability block. So the ability block on him. Next, I think I'm going to take out sharpshooter, or ability block sharpshooter. then clone commander. I'm going to use Spy's third ability, which is going to apply some exposes. That'll help. If you really need damage on a very specific single target, his third ability will reset or will take a turn off of his middle ability, which is his silent strike. Make sure you only use his silent strike when he is stealthed, or else it's not going to work. So if you're looking for big single target damage, you want the middle skill, and then immediately after use that skill onto the right, and the middle skill should be back up shortly after. But for now, the basic thing here is everybody gets ability block. So now I'm going to go after the clone sergeants.
He also gives potency up. As in, like, Spy gives the third special gives potency up.
Ah, yes. That's helpful, actually. Not helpful in this case. I didn't actually land my ability block. I'm going to try again. I killed him instead. Okay. If you're having issues or you're pretty close to them kind of coming out of ability block and you need an additional chance, you can always call the assist for Poggle. So in this case, Soldier gives an assist with a special. I assist Poggle. Poggle gets 2 chances to apply ability block. Wasn't really needed there because he just died anyway. If my bugs weren't high level, then this would be a whole lot more meaningful, but I'm just kind of blowing them up. Medic lost his ability block, give it back to him. Just kind of going around and trying to get ability block up. I'm also looking at the turn meter on them to try to go after targets that are about to take a turn first. Even with my 130% potency on Poggle and potency up, some of these still aren't taking it. I'm getting bad RNG. Okay, all the enemies have potency up. I'm going to go for Medic. Medic needs to die. And then whoever's left. It's really not a big deal.
So why didn't you use the artillery strike during phase 1?
I don't need it during phase 1, phase 2, or phase 3. I tend to focus on just spreading around the ability block. I use it on phase 4. That's when I really need it. I don't really need it until then. And that's partially because I don't know what the cooldown is. I'm sure if I used it immediately in phase 1, it would be cooled down before phase 4. But did I really need it in phase 1? Not really. I could take it or leave it at that point. If I struggled in phase 1, I probably wouldn't make it through the entire thing anyway.
I usually use it in phase 1 and 2 and then save it during 3.
Okay.
4.
Alright, looks like big AoE on Sentinel. Barris, I believe, heals. Yeah, Barris heals, but does not revive. And then Sharpshooter, Lieutenant. What does Lieutenant do? Taunts. And Retribution. Retribution sucks. I'd rather than not have that. Okay, so order for this one is going to be prevent them from healing. So go for Barris, and then prevent AoE damage. So Sentinel and Sharpshooter, and then clone Sergeant, and then clone Lieutenant. That didn't work out so well. There it is. Okay, so you get a little bit of turn meter removal when you use taunt with Sunfac, which isn't a terrible thing either. So I'm just going to target like Lieutenant since he's my last. I didn't remove my Terminator at all.
TJ says Barris
Yeah.
has passed the deal on unique.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
got-
that it's too big of an issue. She's not really a threat. As long as you just keep her in stasis, it's probably okay. I'd much rather not get hit by sharpshooter before I start or I'd rather not get hit by the big targets before I start focusing anybody down.
I got dropped, but what I was saying is that if you kill with Poggle or someone, you get some extra special during this TD. Just wanted to confirm what is. Yes, this separatist affiliation. So if you kill with Poggle, who's if you kill with Poggle or if you kill with I think GBA, you get this additional more damage per stat.
It looks like all 5 bugs have it. All 6 bugs.
Yeah, that's right. Because if you kill with Poggle, then he gives it to all. And that's useful. Useful if you kill with GG, if you kill with Poggle, if you kill with I think Dooku. So these 3 guys definitely have it.
Is
But
there a
I
limit on the
want
stacks? And
I
do the stacks carry over?
I have seen mine go up to 8 when I'm using GG in the team. But this one, I think this is really helpful when you're killing with Poggle and I think someone else. I forgot who from the
So, would someone
Geos.
be able to look this up? Separatist affiliation is one of the bonuses from the platoons. It should tell us exactly what it is outside of battle. If you look up
Yep.
wherever platoon gives it. I can't do that right now, otherwise I would, but if one of you guys can.
Yeah, we
Don't you
can.
have like 4 monitors?
I do. That doesn't mean I have infinite ability to just look at territory battle whenever I want.
Let me just check. I'll just tell you exactly what it.
Holler, hey Google. No,
You just
not
set
you.
everybody's phone off.
I said that and my tablet went off.
So when I'm kind of towards the end of a battle, I kind of want to go into the next battle fresh. Actually, no, never mind. The next battle's going to be the hard one, so I'm going to save it. Disregard what I just said, or what I was thinking. Especially towards the end of a battle, you want to make sure that you just basic them down if you can, unless you absolutely need to use this ability, so you can go in fresh. Wait a minute. What? Normally I get Mace in phase 3. Is it random what phase he shows up in?
Yeah, go
It is.
Aren't there like 6 different setups?
Maybe. I've never ever encountered this Wat mission where he wasn't in phase 3.
I've got him right now in phase 4, him and Cam.
Weird. Wonder if they switched him up.
I was literally sitting here waiting for you to get to phase 4 because I was like, oh, this sucks.
Alright, so we got Medic. Medic sucks. Arc Trooper's a big old bitch.
Phase 4 is also a different setup. It's random on who you get.
Okay, this is why Arc sucks. He will daze, and daze is bad on bugs. So, you want to ability block him at all costs, or cleanse after he uses his knockout ability. And actually, I got the unfortunate pleasure of having 2 of them. Okay, so this one scenario, and this one scenario only, I'm going to wait on the medic trooper until I ability block the arc troopers. There's one, there's two, perfect. And then there's that, and then we'll take out sharpshooter, or we'll ability block sharpshooter. I'll use that guy. And then I'm actually not going to do anything to clone trooper. The worst he'll do to me is taunt. My silent strike is up, so I'm going to take somebody out. We'll go with this one because he's about to take a turn. And then when I'm looking for damage and I need to call an assist from soldier, you have two options. You can call spy, which is a lot of damage, but honestly, if you call the brute for an assist, he does probably an equal amount of damage. Before I got spy up to R7, brute actually did more damage than spy on the assist. Alright, and now we're locked behind this taunt. It's fine. One attack takes that out. Looks like medic got hit by a counterattack. No big deal. Take arc out. Once arc's down, and then sharpshooter. Finally, clone trooper.
Yep, that's the setup I had.
All right. So, you're gonna want to knock down turn meter on Mace whenever possible. The big thing behind Mace is whenever he attacks, he's gonna put a. Is it whenever he attacks or whenever he's a special? Looks.
It's whenever he attacks.
Right. He reduces max protection on his special. That's not good. There we go. His abilities inflict Shatterpoint. Shatterpoint will basically make him one-shot anybody who has Shatterpoint. Cam has a cone head, so I definitely hate that. He's a target.
Oh, come on. You hate Dan Aykroyd?
Yeah. He's probably not that big of a deal. Probably not over... Oh, what's pawns do? AoE. Speed down. Crit chance down. Okay. Marked. He gains tenacity up. Screw that guy. Screw that. But honestly, he doesn't seem like he has any big deal breakers here other than the fact that he AoEs. But I don't think he does a lot of damage.
I would keep pawns in check.
What's that?
I would keep pawns in check.
Sure. Alright, so first things first, I'm not actually worried about... I want Mace dead. I don't want him ability blocked, I want him dead.
For sure.
So right now I have the ability to put out damage rather than because I can assist here. I'm going to go after Mace Windu first, even though my first instinct is to ability block Clone Trooper. Okay, nothing special here. I'll use this ability to, or this opportunity to just ability block the medic.
One question, Ghost. Why are you not using that aerial
Oh,
bomb or whatever?
and you know what? I totally said that that's the first thing I do, and I didn't do it. See, this is the complacency that you get when you have bugs that are way overtuned for the battle. Once you get R7 bugs, even a couple is just so cake. Thanks for pointing that out. Alright, I got a silent strike. My spy is stealth, check. He has some debuffs. I have some buffs, check. Goodbye. We'll finish him off. Alright, now that Mace is out, my worry is completely over. I've got a bunch of debuffs. As soon as I get a cleanse, I'm going to cleanse them all. Locked behind taunt there, no big deal. I'm going to go after the medic. Goodbye. And then I'll get back to my regularly scheduled program of trying to spread around my ability blocks. Go. Pawns first. No dice. One more time. There we go. So this is not going to apply ability block because I'm going to use Poggle Special instead to cleanse. He is going to provide an assist. I'm going to call in Soldier.
For a help video, I want accurate names here.
Accurate names? Is Soldier not accurate enough? Or should I call Poggle the Lesser every time?
I think we should call Soldier Dave.
Dave. Alright. I'll try to remember that. Oh, it's Dave's turn. Let's just go for the kill on... Honestly, I can go either way. Either Cam or Pawns. We'll go for Pawns. It's probably overkill that I call the assist. So their protection's kind of low. I'll use this third ability to just kind of regenerate that a bit. Going for the ability blocks here. Not getting lucky. Well, that was it. That was my poor attempt at explaining. Is there anybody that is intending on going during the stream that hasn't gone yet?
I'm gonna do it here in a little bit. I'm still driving.
Okay. How much time do you think you got? Because I would love to coach you through it from a perspective that isn't overpowered bugs for the purpose of helping the guild out in the video.
If he's driving, I think that means he does not have access to a laptop.
I don't.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
Hail over the road truck driver.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess that ends the video then.
If I could give you my ally code and let you do it, I would, but I don't know how that works.
That's okay. That's a little more dangerous because it isn't the ally code, it's basically your email that you're giving over.
You can always do your Facebook account.
I have Facebook.
On one hand, you live dangerously. On the other, you're smart.
I'm a truck driver. I hear more about the news than anybody has a right to.
Oh no, but if you ever got locked out of your account, having it linked to your Facebook kind of saves that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We had it years ago, Murph.
Well, that's it. I don't have anything else.
You earned us a watch shard. That's something.
I hope I unders more than one watt shard.
I will
think
say,
last go round I got my first one.
Nice.
I will say this: when they're only at G12 like mine are, it's a crapshoot at times.
I remember the struggle, and the only advice I have is that those ability blocks are key, which is RNG, obviously.
Right. When you're not landing those motherfuckers, golly, life's a bitch. I mean, I can get through feet. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say the big takeaway that I got, because I mean, like I said, I've been beating this one for months, but I wanted to see if there was anywhere I could improve. And my big takeaway that when Micah was going through it was the potency on Poggle. I've always landed my ability blocks okay. So I looked at the potency after he mentioned it, and my Poggle was at 46%. So I put my C3PO mods on him and got him up to 120. And I landed so freaking many ability blocks. It was a breeze. And mine are all low end gear 12. I mean, it was easy with that.
I think my problem was I didn't have them set in the right order. I thought I did, but I didn't.
Oh, the geos.
The turn order, yeah,
What,
like
what
when you set down for like who's going in.
Yeah, Mobile Gamer had a video where he talked about like 10 different teams and an actual turn order that where you put them in order.
Yeah, I'm aware of this. I thought I had went in and rearranged them, but I apparently did not.
now you're saying where you line them up, or the order in which they
Yeah.
actually attack, like the
No,
speed.
there's a lineup. Like when you do a Revan team, you want the second person to always be Jolie, because if everybody dies, the savior will save the first person next to Revan.
Oh.
So you have to have Jolie as the second person, so he will get the revive and be able to revive others. It's the same with Daka. She has to be in that second slot. And there were several other teams that he did it with, but I don't remember all the orders. If you look it up, it was a Mobile Gamer thing that, what was, there was
Like
a specific order that you had to use for clones.
yeah,
To get
clones.
certain things to go off.
Clones, you always want 5s in the last slot. That way, if there's an AOE and it kills a couple people, it like, and including 5s, the first person or the person in the second slot, third slot, or fourth slot, they die first, triggering 5s' sacrifice, which gives them all the bonus shit.
Yep, and I had heard
Right.
about that one.
But Mobile Gamer had a video where he went through and did like 10 different teams and the way they're supposed to be set up, if you want to go look for it.
I may have to do that. But no, I knew about the turn order thing, or the placement order. I just
placement.
I thought I had changed that in my presets, but I didn't.
Oh, you didn't get much different rewards than I did.
No, I never get. So I saw it start, and I was gonna go in with clones, but my clones aren't really strong enough to take out phase 1, and I didn't have the time to really baby it and try to avoid annihilate. So I wanted to basically start on phase 2 and just auto it. Unfortunately, I got busy and completely forgot about it, and I went back and I was like 1 minute late to the party and didn't get any hits in whatsoever.
That sucks.
Yeah.
The
One is
Sith raid rewards have been a nightmare lately. They suck.
I'm still trying to figure out the cheese team, the Night Sister cheese team. I can't get Treya to keep her ass sat down.
All right. Unless you guys have anything else, I'm gonna stop the stream and go to bed probably.
All right, brother. Thanks for the help.
Yeah, no problem. I will throw the link out when I have this uploaded to YouTube.
Woohoo! We really need to like come back to that idea of doing a guild help video center sort of thing that we were talking about months ago.
Yep. Hopefully
Yeah.
this will be one of many helpful videos like this.
We can add the how not to load turn meter on Territory Wars.
You don't want me on that one.
And we can share it with that last guild we went against, because I've never seen a guild be so bad at that.
We need to get
Sorry,
more
that was loud.
using the consider function.
That's just a lot of administrative overhead to
No,
take attacks.
no. That's the consider function where you can like compare your team against another one
Oh yeah,
before
yeah.
you go in.
Yeah, but that
I
doesn't
don't
take
know.
into account like counters, right? That's just comparing stats.
That's all it does, but it's still helpful. That way you don't have to sit there and click on every single fucking tune.
Sure. All right. Well, I will catch you guys later.
See, dude.
Later.